Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to share Cognizant genc interview experience shared by Mehul and Aman. They both are 2021 batch and they both are from CSE background. So they have shared their experience in detail and I'm going to share it with you, and it's going to help you a lot because you'll get to know what are the questions that has been asked in technical interview, technical plus HR interview. So, interview experience shared by Mehul. The duration was 1 hour and the date is 17/11/2020. So, it started with uploading the resume, then his introduction, then what are your strengths that the interviewer asked, and he replied like SQL and data structure. So, the interviewer asked to pick one data structure and asked him for implementation of that one data structure and its implementation. So he said stack, and he replied like and told that it is used in recursion, known as recursion stack. So he asked, tell me an implementation of tree data structure. So he answered B tree is used in indexing of database. Now the next question was, how would you index a database? So he explained him about clustered and non-clustered indexing. How can we create those indexes in a table? So that's how he replied. Now there were two question, aptitude question. As I've already told, that there will be aptitude plus puzzle questions in Cognizant genc interview. So his question was, you can see in the screen, you can read the question, and I will also provide this question's link in the description box. You can go to the link and you can read the question thoroughly and you can get the answer also. So this is the two questions, two aptitude questions he got. You can read it, you can pause the screen, you can read this question. So he answered what the answers mentioned in Quora. You can check out the answer. I'll provide you the link. Now the next question was, what is abstraction, what is encapsulation, the basic questions. Now, have you worked in Python? So yes, his project was in machine learning and which is in Python. So yes, he worked on that. So he replied like, and why is Python so much popular? The interviewer asked, how does Alexa work? So he replied like, with artificial intelligence, Alexa works. Now, how is artificial intelligence and ML different? What is the difference between artificial intelligence and ML? Basically, he got question from artificial intelligence and ML because he has mentioned these things in his resume. So basically, whatever you're mentioning in your resume, whatever the project technology will be in your resume, the questions will be coming from there. Now, name some machine learning algorithm. What do you know about IoT? What do you know about cloud computing? Name some platform that provide cloud services. He answered like AWS. Now, what is AWS? What is normalization? Now some database questions like normalization, second normal form. Then he gave a table and told him to normalize that. So he normalized the table. So basically guys, I've covered these normalization and everything, the database important topic which is very important in terms of interview in my tutorial. So guys, if you haven't watched that tutorial, please go ahead and watch. It is for non-CS or CS both student, because there I have covered only important topic which is you are going to get the questions in interview, only important topics, that's all. Now the questions were, identify in what normal form it's your table. So the basically the questions were revolving around the normalization in normal form. So that was all about normalization and database. Now what is transitive dependency? Explain it with example. These were the questions. Now one situational question like, let's say you are working in a team and there is one member in your team who is always opposes your idea. So how would you approach this problem? So what would be your approach? So he told some approach. The interviewer again countered him like, no, not this approach. So he again replied with some other approach. Interviewer was again answering like, no, not try another. So basically interviewer was doing the same thing whatever asked in the questions. So it was a situational based question he was implementing out there. So this may happen with you guys. So just you need to be careful. Once the interviewer will be agree, then you can say like, yeah, you can proceed with that. Don't go opposite to your interviewer and say like, no, this is the right approach. This is the way we should do the things, because there are a number of way we can do the things. So always, we should have a mutual understanding between the team members. That's how you should present yourself while you are getting interviewed. So these were the questions. These were the interview. It took around 55 minutes now. It was his turn. The interviewer asked him to question him. Now he asked interviewer regarding the internship program and all that stuff. So he got the reply. You can pause the screen and you can see his answer, what he replied, what the interviewer replied. And this is all about his experience in detail in Cognizant genc. Now I'm going to share Aman Kumar Srivastav, his experience. He is also from CSE background. His interview was also around 1 hour or 55 minutes. So it started with, had your breakfast, tell me about yourself. What did you do in your lockdown? So he said something internship and he did some learning on MySQL and React. So he asked 5 to 10 questions on PHP and MySQL. So basically, whatever you're mentioning your field of interest or your area of interest in your, either in your introduction or in your resume, then the questions will be, I've already told you many times, the question will be coming from your resume or your introduction. Now about React project, how did you host and all, like how did you host your project? Basically that question. Now if I'm accessing your site, I'm facing connectivity issue, how would you debug that? That was the question. It's all related to his project and how did he hosted the project and how you can debug your project like this way. Now code, he has been asked to write a code on on swapping numbers. What is DBMS? Why DBMS? Why we use DBMS? SQL query, some basic query has been asked, like data structures that the interviewer asks. So basically, if you don't know anything, just directly say, interviewer, no, you are not familiar with that term presently, but you can work on that. So if you don't know anything, then it's fine. Now the next question was, what is array? Difference between array and DS. Then again another code came on reversing a number. Then why C++, two aptitude question, and discussion and questions on fourth year project. The project discussion was going on. Then PHP, write the connection code for PHP. What do you know about Cognizant? If company with higher packages, suppose somebody is offering higher packages, which company would you choose and why? Basically, I laughed on this question because if the interviewer is asking, suppose you get a scenario, you Cognizant is offering you 4 lakh and some other company is offering you 7 to 8 lakh, then will you choose, right? So in front of the interviewer, you may say, yeah, 4 lakh, I'll be loyal to Cognizant, but the interviewer will be himself laughing, like, you are mocking up the things. But I surprised like these kind of questions the interviewer are asking. It is not, I don't think it should be asked in an interview. Now this is what he got, so you should prepare yourself for any kind of HR, question. Now some basic questions on React. Cloud computing. What is SAS, PAS, and IAS? Now name some cloud computing services provider. What is Google Driver? It's IAS, SAS, PAS. What is SAS, PAS? What is that? And have questions for me, then that's all about his interview, Aman's interview in Cognizant genc. So hope this interview was helpful for you. If it is helpful for you guys, please you know uh, give a thumbs up. And one more thing I would like to cover here, because I'm not able to post. I have so many experience, so many students have shared their experience. Guys, one thing I would like to say, many students they were not asked to upload their CV, their resume. So guys, you know what, the negative part of that is, the interviewer, suppose the interviewer has not gone through your resume, and you have not covered the important key point in your introduction, then your interview will be not going in a good direction. The interview may not go into a good direction. So guys, don't expect that interviewer will know everything while reading your resume. You should prepare your introduction well. You should include so many key points in your introduction so that the next question should come from your introduction. So many students have not, prepared their introduction, and they have shared like, ma'am, the interviewer was asking questions from Java, and I haven't mentioned Java in my resume. So guys, don't expect interviewer to go through your, he will be going through your resume. So mention your field of interest or your area of interest or the technology you know or the languages you know by in your introduction itself. Yeah, so because many students have faced this issue, even in I've read it. I've many students have shared that their project there were not a single questions from their project. So yeah, there might be the scenario like interviewer will not ask you the questions from your project. He will be only focusing on your technical skills like the languages you know or the technologies you know. That's all. He will not be touching your projects. That this might be the scenario. There are many students out there who has not been asked any a single question from their project. So this is also some of the experience student have shared. I have not mentioned in in the slide, but yes, this is what. So you should avoid these mistakes. Like suppose in with you the interviewer is not asking you to upload the resume, then at least you should prepare an introduction so that interviewer will come to know like what are the questions he has to ask. In the introduction, what you have to mention, I have already prepared a video on introduction. You can go ahead and watch that. Now the next thing, if you haven't joined my Telegram group, guys, I will highly recommend you to join me there, because there you'll find so many materials related to company previous year question paper and all that stuff. So, and that group is private. For that, you need to DM me on Instagram or you need to mail me. I will provide you the link of the Telegram group and you can join me there. So, hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, then please subscribe to my channel and thank you for watching.